Hey, greetings everyone, it's GleeCon and I'm back again, bringing you another drop of an episode. Lore of Warcraft is the name. The game is World of Warcraft and every Warcraft related thing, and we try to play through and explore every piece of content, whether that's side content, written content, media, visual, audio, whatever it is, and of course all the games themselves. We're in the middle of a World of Warcraft classic walkthrough where we play through every quest on both factions. We just finished doing all of the exterior Badlands quest zones. By exterior, I mean exterior to Uldaman, because more than half the quests in the zone are somehow, in some way, shape, or form, tied to Uldaman. And doing all of this as Horde. We finished all of it a few episodes back as Alliance. So stay a while and listen as we continue our journey. This should be the last one before we do Uldaman proper. So it is a Sunday here in my abode. And this is, we're in Wargrimmar because we, at the end of the last episode, picked up Necklace of Recovery, take 2. Alright, now, we have to go to the Undercity to turn in reclaimed treasures and to turn in, to get to the Undercity for Yagyin's Digest. We also have a little bit of an annoying sitch here because we're going to have to go back into Uldaman to get Necklace Recovery Take 2. We actually have to go talk to the Paladin within the dungeon, which is a giant pain in the tuchus. So when I did this on my other Horde character, it was easier because I stealthed my way in. Now, we do have an invisibility potion that is going to give us 15 seconds of stealth. So hopefully between that and constructive, just selective pathing as we go through. Hopefully we can get there with just maybe a few fights, if any, the use of that potion, and then make our way to the Paladin. So while we're waiting for the Zeppelin and flying back to Kargath, so I guess when it comes to all this is a little bit more annoying because at least with the Horde, with the Alliance, all we have to do is somehow get to Ironforge. So we could tram it over to Loch Modan. We can tram it over to Ironforge and then fly to Loch Modan, or just do a direct flight to Loch Modan. Whereas, as the Horde, you have to get back to the other set of continents. It looks like the Zepp is arriving right now, though, so that's useful. I was sitting at around 80-ish gold, 80 and change, right before the level up. Remember, my goal is to be sitting at a little bit above 90 gold after an even level up, and that's when I'm going to buy a mount. Because it takes about 90 gold at Honored Reputation, which is, we are at Honored, I believe, for all of our main factions. Yeah, all the main factions. It's a lot easier to gain rep, I feel like, in retail. But we're getting close to Revered for Thunder Bluff, which is good. By endgame, we should be definitely in Revered and maybe pushing closer to that Exalted. Revered is the last track. There's still plenty of quests to go, is the point that I bring, but I don't know if you can really get there without doing, either PvP or some sort of repeatable quest. I kind of think the Rune Cloth is a repeatable one. That might be the last in the Cloth series that we have to do. All right, so let's look at, what was I just saying? Let's look at where the necklace is located in the dungeon. I kind of want to see that. So it's called Necklace Recovery Take 2 or something like that. Yeah, I already have it. We looked it up last time, which is why it's kind of at the top of the deck here. So if you look at Necklace Recovery Take 2, let's read what I always like to go to the comments, by the way. It says, enter the Uldaman instance from the main area in northern Badlands. Once you're in the instance, head right, keep following the wall to your right, and it will eventually lead you to the Paladin. So let's take a peek at that map and just see. Let's look at an Uldaman map and just see if we can kind of see what they're talking about. So once you get into the entrance right here, if we head right and you circle this, you'll get to the remains of a Paladin. So it's in the top corner right there. So we do have to survive this pathway and then survive this pathway. We could 2v1 some things, but this character, she's not going to be able to handle anything tougher than a 2v1, most likely. I could perhaps kill one mob and then retreat to the entrance if I really get in dire straits. I don't know how long it's going to take. Could I get there in 15 seconds? I don't think I could. It's going to be a little too risky. But if I can at least get majority of the way, if I get a bad patch of dudes, I will at least get through there. And we'll probably have to kill one or two guys just to clear the actual person. So this is just me pre-planning, front-loading what we're going to do. This is a great map, actually, too, to allow us to kind of plan the dungeon ahead of time when we do it for tomorrow. So there is a guy, Baylog. So basically, you come through here. I really feel like there's a guy right here you kill. But this guy, Baylog, don't know what he's for, but he's a little boss. He might be the person that you get either the haft from or whatever, something like that. Yeah, we can only use that outside. So that's neat. That's healer looking for group for Black Fathom Depths. Okay. Ooh. It's a little bit nervous on the fall down there that I was gonna fall more than my little hooves could handle. But just in doing the last quest, I mean, we leveled up on the last episode and we were already halfway or so to the next, which is good because Lee Contessa, our Alliance counterpart, is 47, so she is one level past where we are. But I think by the time we do these quests that we're on right now and run Uldaman, which she's done all those things, we'll be right there with her at 47. So they are keeping pace with one another. Dustwallow Marsh is a fine zone for each faction. It's relatively split. There might be a pinch more Horde than Alliance, if I really look at it. And then we'll be in Stranglethorn, which is a very, very long zone. That's about even to, again, might be a pinch more Horde, but it's pretty close because most are neutral. And that will take us a little bit of time to do. Meantime, I hope to get some Hinterlands action done today. I hardly got anything done at all. There's just always something, you know. I want to get to a more boring phase of my life. Okay. The sweeping never ends. These bats are prolific in their mockery of me and my broom. Please tell me you've reclaimed my family's treasure. I've offered you my silver. Is that not enough?
You're bloody well worth every silver I spent on you, I say. Do you hear me, foul bats? I now wield the Garrett family weapon of choice. Tremble, bats, tremble!
Alright, so I'm on the fence about this stupid Widowmaker dagger. We'll do it when we're back in Orgrimmar. I'll put the feelers out. But that was... oh well, I'll mess with the spreadsheet when we go in when we
What dirge quick cleave of Gadgetson is a master
when we fly back to Kargath.
To better yourself, you will need to seek him out.
I mean, I could pick up the 260. I could pick up Rune Cloth, I think, now. I believe. Alright, so I just wanted to see, what does this sword, dagger, no, I don't know why I did that. I am going to turn in this quest. We'll give it a little bit more time, too, by going to doing this. I think we'll be okay for most of what we're doing. We do need to go back to Ironforge at some point. I mean, to Thunder Bluff. But we can wait till that happens organically. Like setting up for Duskwallow. Ah, we have an eager shaman, I see. Are you here to learn from my collection? Good, but be warned. Just as knowledge gives power to the strong, it will drive the weak mad. Giving Sigil of the Hammer, that's from the crazy guy Theldurin the Lost.
Be discreet with your signs, adventurer. There are those who do not believe the righteousness of our pledge, and there are those who would see us fail if they knew of us. We must always be careful, and watchful, and patient.
And to be clear, this guy serves the Twilight's Hammer, aka the Old Gods, and the pledge is to destroy the world.
You need Yagyin's digest? Your plan then is to gather another flock? Of course it is. And of course I will help you, sister. But you must help me too. I require 3 items of power. Bring me these and the digest will be yours. I cannot utter the names of these items, but I will write them down. Get me the items on this list. If you can do that, then you are truly worthy of opening your own chapter of our order.
Okay, now we know, based on the quest, I need to go to just a few places. Of course, there's the ruins of Ultarak. So I will fly to Terran Mill just to get started, just because that one is so close, and I would have to fly past that flight path. But we'll get the Star of Zilia. That one's easy. There is also one down in Stranglethorn. Now, when we fly back up to Kargath, if we fly from Stranglethorn, it is what it is. But we have to go... That's the harder one in Stranglethorn. The other one is over in this map. So I went too far. I wasn't really looking. Where is that other one? Duskwallow. Yeah, right there. So we do have that. So I would like to go back to Ironforge first, actually. Because that one's close to Ratchet. We can go there, then go to Ratchet, and then from Ratchet to Booty Bay. Then we can worry about going back. So we're actually just going to get this one for now. We're going to go to Terran Mill. And this will at least get our first step, the Star of Zilia. So let's go ahead and turn in the pieces that we've turned in. So we did Reclaimed Treasures. We just finished that bad boy. So we can go back to the main list now and sign off on Reclaimed Treasures. Bam. We also did 2 Iron City for / Undercity for Yagyin's Digest. Actually, it should say 2 in front of it. So that was just us going there, and the guy is telling us what we just saw. And that gave us the Star, the Hand, and the Heart. Just like we've already done the very tricky quest level. And of course, we're doing the Undercity version. Cool. Okay, so not a ton. If you're looking at what's left, we have these 2 chains. We'll go turn that in when we're all done. Nothing we can do there. We do have this one, which is annoying, which will give us these 2. We'll bust all those out today. Now, these 3, along with this chain, that's what's going to be coming after. So if you look at what's actually going to occur once we run Uldaman, very little. We're going to be after that necklace, and that's it. There's no hidden chamber. You can still open those things and fight Ionara, but there's no quest tied to it. If you look at the actual Badlands, all that's in there is the Platinum Discs. We'll take our time reading that one, I believe. Just have to make sure people don't run it. Yeah, and see, we have to turn that quest in. Basically, it's a quest turn into the Paladin within the dungeon. So that's going to be an interesting little trip right now. And because we have to do it, there's just very little. There's just not. It's going to kind of slow us down. It is what it is. All right, so first things first, though, we can go get at least one of our 3 pieces. The Star of Zilia being the first one. And then I don't remember which one. I kind of think it's the Hand of Dagon, which is in Duskwallow Marsh. That's the hand of that big sea giant. That was not too tricky. Fighting the sea giant is fine. Gear-wise, we haven't gotten a ton of good upgrades lately, if at all. We did get this mail that is healer mail, but hey, we like to heal. Other than that, we really haven't hit anything. There's still some key pieces of gear that we need. We need to upgrade our gloves, our belt. Basically, the whole right side is we're half leather and half mail, so we still are halfway in transition. Now, I can read this again. So this is how I know where to find the Star of Zilia if I don't have Questy. The Star of Zilia, an ogre in Ultarak Grelborg the Miser was the last known owner of this gem, whispered to empower its owner with the ability to commune with other worlds. Sources tell us Grelborg wanders around the ruins of Alterac in the Alterac Mountains, searching the rubble and debris for more relics. Okay, and that's what we're doing. We're going to the ruins of Alterac, and you just know you'd be looking for a mob called Grelborg the Miser. So, pretty straightforward. Does it say any other identifying... Yeah, just doesn't really say. It just says it's a guy. Oh, he's wandering, so I see pats around. Okay, the Hand of Dagon. Dagon is a creature of deep waters. Actually, we'll come back to this. I don't want to get distracted. That's a Crush Ridge Mage. Okay, so I'm at the start of his path right now. And I do not want to fight other guys if at all possible. I think he can enter one of these buildings. I think it's the building at the end. So we just be careful. If I get too close to these houses, it actually will make me... Look, there's a guy right here, Sames, 46 warrior, human. He is a little mage type. Which, that's fine. There he is right there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go all offense. I want to wait for him to walk just past. I was gonna say, it sounds like I got more than one, but it's because he has two heads, like a bozo. Okay. Buff up. I guess I should have done that beforehand, but it's okay. Okay, I could not get rid of his little flame ward. Now that is going to make him immune to my searing totem. I could purge him. Could interrupt his fire channel that way. There you go. So a pretty good kit with the shaman. That's part of what makes a shaman so fun. And we got the Star of Zilia, just like that. Okay, so traveling the rest of the way down to Kargath is now the next step. But we came and picked up that guy, got his star, one of 3 pieces that we need. And why do we need it? I don't know. They want us to... We're doing this as part of a bartering sitch here. We are giving this guy these 3 powerful artifacts. He's giving us a book. What does that book do? The book is going to tell us... I don't know. It's just a book that the crazy guy wants. Like, I don't really know what is the point, why it matters. Okay. So luckily those guys are also gray, minus the one we killed wasn't, but most of the mobs are just in that gray range for us. It's not appearing yet because Questy is glitchy per usual. Alright, so now we can get back on reading this book and see the rest. But the Star of Zilia, it looks like a diamondy kind of star. Actually, you can kind of tell what they do. They have a lot of gems, and then in order to kind of, they kind of cheat, they give a monotone picture. Like, this is like a citrine. It's like the image of a citrine, but just black and white. So they definitely cheat on gems and make more diamonds that way. You don't have to get any more art assets. You can just take the color off of some of the gems. But alright, so page 2 is the Hand of Dagon. Dagon is a creature of the deep waters worshipped by Murlocs in Duskwallow Marsh. They entice him to the surface with a special sea kelp. Last time it wasn't that bad. We had to kill maybe 5 to 10 of them to get it. But it's only the shamans, enchanted by their shamans. Hunt the Murlocs, gather their enchanted kelp, then place it on the Murloc's altar. Dagon will come, and you will be waiting. I want that hand. All of that was pretty easy. We got pretty lucky when we did it the first time. I have had situations where I've had to clear both islands multiple times, meaning I've had to kill 20 or 30 Murlocs for it. So I hope with the live and learn status from the trolls that portion will be easier to do and we won't spend an hour trying to kill that one troll. From the flip side, just regression is inevitable, I would imagine, for the Hand of Dagon, and I would not be surprised at all if we don't have if we have to spend more time doing that one. All right, let's look at the final step. The Legacy Heart. Old texts say that he who possesses the Legacy Heart fears not the grave. Perhaps this is true for the owner of the heart. The troll Mog is known as Mog the Undying. A witch doctor of the Skull Splitter tribe, Mog dwells in Stranglethorn in the ruins of Zulmamwe. So, I mean, this is a pretty interesting heart if it allows you to basically have some sort of immortality. What does this hand do? I don't know what it doesn't say. And same thing with the Star of Zilia. It just says it's a relic. The ability to commune with other worlds. So this one would allow you to talk to Spirit World, maybe the Burning Legion. This hand just doesn't say. And then the third one gives some kind of immortality. Bring me these items, the star, the hand, and the heart, and I will give you a copy of Yagyin's Digest. And he says he cannot speak those words out loud. Why? I think I know why. Actually, you know what? While we're here, let's do a stop off. Since we're right by Hammerfall and it was going to make us swoop by anyway. Because let's see if we can get the next bandage to get Runecloth bandages. If that is the case, then we're going to start saving all of our Mage Weave for now. Although, trust me, we will... Mage Weave will come aplenty. Because this quest zones are starting to stack more by level. We level up more slowly. And we will spend time... Like, some of the Horde quest grinds for first aid are crazy. Yeah, Runecloth. So,
and I dare say that it is time to learn some of the more advanced bandaging techniques. Return to me from time to time as your skill advances, and I shall teach you all that I know.
so yeah, so we have one more link just from here to Kargath. It is what it is. All right, so now we have Runecloth Bandage. It's a free train. I love that. There's only one more bandage to learn, I think. Well, at 290, you can learn Heavy Runecloth, and I don't know if there's any at 300. I do think there is a bandage past Heavy Runecloth, other than the combat bandages that you learn from the PvP people. I think there is one more. I just don't know. Can't remember how you learn it. If you get it from him at 300... I guess let's check that too. Classic WoW bandage recipes. First aid recipes. See, this will just give us the leveling part. So from 225 to 300, it says basically up to 290. No, this says go up to 260 for heavy mage weave and then learn that. And up to 290, you get Runecloth, and from 290 to 300. Yeah, it says if you have an abundance of mage weave, possible to get to 300 first aid just by the heavy mage weave. That is what I'm at 293 or something like that, because I have had an abundance. All the mage weave is turned in already. That character is, I think, level 54. I'm still in the hinterlands. I have done all. I just have had so much mage weave that all 4 factions have had a mage weave turn in for me, which is not repeatable. And then so I haven't started fighting mobs that drop Runecloth yet, so I'm just consistently fighting and getting Mage Weave, and I just use it. Why not? And I've gotten myself up to 293 in that ballpark, and it says you can get all the way to 300 from there. Sure, if Runecloth drops, I'll begin dropping that, but I don't even know if I will. I might save my Runecloth. Now, what are the... See, I want to look at the... There's Mage Weave. That's to get the original Mage Weave bandage. Special bandage. So there are Warson Gulch and Arathi Basin. Yeah, see, these are all PvP. I just don't know what else you've got. Maybe there's nothing other than those PvP ones. I did also want to continue looking at this to pre-plan my map. So that's the paladin we need. Revelosh, there you go. That's the troll, Trog, and he has the shaft of the staff that gets you into Ayanara right here. One says Baylog, but there is one of these rooms. Maybe it's in here. Maybe it's with Baylog. Has the dwarves. So I think this might be where the dwarves are, and there is a chest on the desk that gives you the top of the staff, and you put these two things together, and then you can open up this right here, 4, which is Ironara. As you make your way through here, this is the Obsidian Sentinel. You come in the back entrance. Actually, don't even know if I fight that. I don't know if I fought that on my last run. There's a boss right here who's... No, that's not the boss. You can go through here, or you can come through the other way to get to the Enchanter. The Ancient Stonekeeper is right here. I don't remember if that's where you get the power. I don't think that's where... I don't think any of that's important. Galgan Firehammer is just a dwarf. Well, I think one of the 3 pieces of the stone comes from him. Grimlock, he has one of the other 3 pieces of the stone for sure. And maybe 2 pieces of the stone right around. I don't even remember. We'll have to kind of look that quest up a little bit better. So if we go, I'm skipping the translating the journal part. All right, so let's hear what people say about this. The Shattered Necklace is in the Shadowforge stash with Galgan Firehammer. So the first piece up here in 8, that's where you get the first piece of the necklace. All right, we're going to now start. The reason why we came down here is because we need to go into the dungeon now. Here's our internal dungeon run. Okay, back to what we were looking at. The Sapphire is on Grimlock, so Grimlock was 9. So that's up there. So those 2 contain, you have to get all the way up to that portion to get the 2 gems up there. And then the Topaz is a conspicuous urn with the 3 lost Vikings. Right in front, it's where you get the Grikev medallion. So Acades, that guy who is the last boss of the dungeon, that's where you get the power source. But where are those 3? Where are the lost dwarves? I don't remember that. I thought that was like near the beginning. So when you get those 3 lost dwarves, the first one is in a vase at the, so where it says Baylog. So there you go. So that's where the 3 dwarves are. That's Baylog. That's also where the first gem is. And so that's what kind of makes it. Looking for a group to clear Northwatch Hold. I mean, you don't really need a group. You could just need one partner. All right, so I think that gives us a clear idea. I think I'm okay. I think so. If as long as I know 1, 2, 3, and then the last one. So for Horde, it's a lot easier now. When you're doing this with Alliance, you also have to make sure you open up Ironara's cage there, and you have to go into the room. You have to talk to the dwarves, but there's not really a lot of other things. Some people want to visit the Enchanter. Yeah, this will be done for us, not tomorrow, because tomorrow will be my Patreon day, where I will continue playing the Assassin's Creed Altair's Chronicles, the DS game. I thought there was a chance it would be. I actually have it up right here. I'm playing it on an emulator, and I'm 2 missions in. There's 12 total missions. I might be able to get. I did not spend a long, super long time doing it. I could probably double that. I could probably get about 4, at least 3, yeah, 3 or 4 missions done. So I think I could finish that one in 3 more episodes. That's my goal on that. But I wasn't sure how long it was going to be or how long it was going to take. It's not very hard. It doesn't take very long to do, but I am kind of tweaking just how I play that game and figuring it out. It's kind of neat. It's less frustrating than, there we have a level 60 running his way out, and this is what killed us last time. Level 60, ran out, and got me killed. They cost me my world buff. Now, I don't know that I want to mess around with all that. I wonder if we could just... See, I don't want to risk just running in. I think we got to be smart about it. Unfortunately, I think we, at a certain point, we can run in. But we have to be smart. because not that I have much to lose right now, but I just, for the sake of expedience, this is classic WoW in a nutshell. Actually taking your time will save you more time. And that's what we'll do here. Speaking to see if I had any buffs, I did not. Okay, so we got a second guy, so now we really have got to up our game. I think he'll run soon, so... I mean, we did this yesterday. We got ourselves in this type of situation here. Where we fought I mean, we spent a considerable amount... We spent the whole episode yesterday, so it was a 2-hour episode. We spent the whole time in here doing this stuff. I wish we did not. Now, the good thing is we will be able to direct Hearth out of the... Or will we? Yeah, we can. We can directly Hearth out. Or Astral Recall out. Because the other part is translating the journal, but I'm pretty sure that happens right inside... Alright, what can I eat? Do I have any of those crawler legs left? No, but I can get a well-fed buff from something. Looks like I just have Clamlet Surprises left in here. I could blow the horn once on Call of the Raptor, but since this is really just a smash and grab, and I'm completely fine with suiciding it also, I don't necessarily want to use one of my precious buffs that will, that I'll lose on death. All right, so we're not quite to the area where I would feel confident. Let's pull him down. What we do not want is to double fight the Shadowforge Ruffians. They suck, especially if I get sundered like this. We need those sunder stacks to drop. These guys aren't worth XP, but they can still, when grouped up together, cause me quite a headache. Let's do the math. So if I have 8 every 2 seconds, so it's basically 4 per second, and it costs 60. So yeah, if I'm not going to be standing and fighting for at least 15 seconds, then... Oh no, he's going to draw this other one. Okay, good, he did not. So let's get this guy now. Okay, so now we pull him back. Now these guys are the ones that are tougher, so we need to go full blitz on them. It's better to go full offense. Just keep all the offense up. Especially since they just kick and trip and stun and everything so frequently. It's an exercise in futility to try and war of attrition them. They suck. See? There's one of the knockdowns. Alright, we're not quite... Once we get under that tunnel, we can start analyzing how long... What's a realistic... chances of making a mad dash for it. I wanted to pull this guy too. Because the goal is this padding ruffian, I don't want to mess with him without... without being ready for it. Like, if he adds on... Especially right now, I've got myself so low on resources, like I gotta recoup in just a minute. Dang it, getting sundered. But he'll run soon. Okay. Alright. I mean, we could make some bandages. Look at that. A heavy mage weave? Yes, please. Oh, I see. So now I can actually save mage weaves. I was going to just do it because I don't have any juice either. I have the one juice, so I really don't want to use that juice. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got. Here's this dude. So mana's low. So on this guy that I need to go full offense with, I've got myself in... I can use a potion if I have to, but... Got myself in a sitch where I don't have the full offense to use. I mean, I can stun him if needed. I also have to save enough for the frost shock. So if I want to do both, I'm going to need... He's going to run soon, so... Alright. I'm going to stand by this mana string for a second. Rejuvenate just a pinch. Getting little scraps of silver here and there. And then we are getting close to being able to make a run. Okay, so that is used up. So what we want to do is make our way through there. That's the door. We're almost there. Okay, if I can pull this guy back just a pinch. I could perhaps have to fight the surveyor at the same time, but... I guess outside maybe they're called prospectors? Is that how it works? I don't know. I think they're the same. Maybe I'm wrong and I just call them prospectors myself. But they're really surveyors. So I've been finding I like to use this stone even though my weapon totem upgrade... Okay. So he's padding. So I want to pull this guy way back to where I was before. Same kind of sitch. I want this guy back here. Just so I don't have to deal with them both at the same time. And same thing, mana is going to start to run low. Because that's the life of a shaman. Oh cool, I didn't have to use anything on him. I am going to pop off a heal on this one. Oh goodness, we are very, very close to... Oh, man. I don't... There's two of those guys right there. So maybe... I think I gotta fight both. Gotta try to pull it off. And I just don't want the prospector to come. He kind of comes close to this, but not that close. I might have to use a potion on this one for my greedy little ways. Oh, but if I can get it down to one, you know the story. What am I missing? I'm missing one. Oh, my either one of them killed it, or I never put it down. But I don't have my agility one down. Whatever, I'm not going to put it down at this point. Okay, so we're very low on stats. I can't afford to do anything. I gotta save for heals. I have to save for frost shock. And I might have to use both. We're gonna just see. I'm trying to save up enough that I can afford both. Which is about 600. I have enough at this point. Okay, now I have enough to bless that out too. There we go. Okay. And I can get a heal. Alright, I think we are pretty darn close. I think we can suicide run it. There's that prospector. See, I'm cutting some corners right here. And now you can see the end of the dig. So, I want to make sure, I was going to say, I want to make sure I'm at full life. Okay, and then I'm going to jump, get my way into the dungeon. Come on. Okay, so I made it into the dungeon proper on my own. I just need that stupid, I need to get to the paladin. So we got to be smart about this. Remembering that I have an invisibility potion in my back pocket. And We're doing pretty decent on time, but we still have the other hand, the head, and the heart, whatever. All right, so there's this room. So this is, I think, going to be a good time. I'm just going to pop this potion now and go for it. See how fast I can get. I've got 15 seconds. Crud. You guys are annoying. Half of my time's gone right now. Okay, cool. So, I did have to... Okay, so I have to fight one here. These guys are a little bit tougher than what I'm used to fighting out in the world there. So, I was able to get a big chunk of the way through. Now, if I die, then I'm going to be screwed because of the way that... Now I can reincarnate. So that part's good. Okay, so he's... Don't... Okay, good. Whew. All right. So I need to get in here. This is going to be tricky. Okay, so let's go stand there. I need to be at full everything because I'm going to have to 2v1 these two guys right here. Probably should have used some stealth, save my invisibility or whatever for this point. But we just got to be patient. It's all about patience. I have potions, so opening up the ability to use those potions is going to be nice. There's a guy that just padded through. Good to know. Let me stay back a little off of him. There's 3 guys, so I gotta be really careful here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this guy is an ambusher. He is not a elite. So there's that. Alright. So how do I want to approach this situation? I could just suicide run it, but I really don't want to. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up a healing wave and then rejuvenate this just a pinch. And then I'm going to try to pull whatever pats I can over. Okay, so I'm going to open this back up. I'm going to pull guys to this spot that I'm at right now. If I have to fight all 3, if I pull all 3, I did. Okay. So now I'm going to just go for the suicide run. And we're going to see...
You seem to have found the remains of the paladin that dragged the merchant from before. Searching the remains uncovers what would appear to be his journal. The book is in poor condition, as dried blood has stained most of the text in the book. What you can read, however, is gibberish.
He's going to die, but that's okay.
Tongue of the humans to the best of your knowledge. You'll need the book translated if you are to glean any knowledge from it. At an impasse of sorts, you know that you will need the book translated into a language you can understand. There certainly are a number of people in the world who could do it. The closest location
Okay,
that might have
so...
however, is the Kargath outpost in the Badlands.
So now I can astral recall. Alright, so I want to... We did have to turn one in. We got to hear it a little bit there. I'm going to look at that just so I can review some of that stuff. We got the text, and we were able to astral recall our way out of there, which is fantastic. So that was... It was a suicide run with that, but we have translating the journal. That's all ready to go, and that one's all set up. So first, let's just sell off a pinch here. I'm going to start saving up my Mage Weed bandages instead of using them, because now that I have Rune Cloth open, we want to start turning in those for rep. This is the untranslated journal. Now that I'm here, I can go ahead and put in trade chat. That I will sell that Widowmaker for 100 gold. That's the case. If I get that, if I get a green light on that or whatever, then that would give us the money to buy our mount like right now. Okay, so we need to go up to... I don't think we're going to get anything, but... It's cheaper than paying the 1 gold. I'll just do that. I'll just put it on the auction house next time. I just wanted to throw that out into the world. See, look, I like that you just see people doing the low stuff still. That means they're coming and they're making fresh characters on this server, and I like that. All right, now we have to go to Duskwallow Marsh here. It's a little bit more convenient. I don't know, is it? Let's see. Because we remember we need to get over here. From Brackenwall, we have to go straight up. From here, we have to kind of follow around. It's about the same. We need to get the Enchanted Sea Kelp and take that guy out. And that's all fine, too. So, while flying, let's look at a couple things here. I can take that quest off, I believe. So, let's do the spreadsheet. We just completed... Oh, I did want to look this up, actually. So, we just completed... the necklace recovery take 2. So let's just look at this one. Let's just kind of look at the flavor text because I was rushed when I did it. So the completion says, you seem to have found the remains of the paladin that Dran had mentioned from before. Searching the remains uncovers what would appear to be his journal. The book is in poor condition, as dried blood has stained most of the text in the book. What you can read, however, is gibberish. It is written in the native tongue of the humans, to the best of your knowledge. You will need the book translated if you are to glean any knowledge from it. And then that gives us the picking up of the quest, the translated journal. So this is translating the journal part 1. Find someone who can translate the paladin's journal, the closest location that might have someone is Kargath in the Badlands, and it does. At an impasse of sorts, you know that you will need the book translated into a language you can understand. There certainly are a number of people in the world who could do it. The closest location that might have someone who could, however, is the Kargath outpost in the Badlands. Perhaps that's a good place to start. Okay, that's it for the test. And of course, the journal, that's like, Dead Space test. Nothing we can do about that. And let's go ahead and mess with the spreadsheet too while we're on here. So we did complete Necklace Recovery Take 2. Picked up an Orgrimmar and turned it in the dungeon. And that allowed us to pick up Translating the Journal, Part 1. Cool for us. And we'll turn that one easily. These two are easy. And then this is doing the dungeon. We bring it to the guy, and then you go turn it back in an Orgrimmar. It's all easy peasy. Okay, and then this chain we already did before, but we will repeat it on the Horde. You pick this up in the dungeon. The first couple are done in the dungeon. And then you basically go back and forth to Thunderbluff and Tanaris. So not as quite as annoying as going between Ironforge and Tanaris, which is what we have to do as Alliance, but it's still a little bit tedious, and it'll be adding some steps to us at the end. So what's the next step now is fighting. This is the one that could, depending on if the RNG gods smile on us, this could take us a decent amount more time. Once we finish this, we will go back to Ratchet and then go over to this area. And from there, we're actually going to go to Gromgall Base Camp and just fly from Gromgall up to Kargath to turn in this and this. We'll turn in both. We'll actually run over there for Solution of Doom. Yeah, we'll do that second. We'll do these and then right there. And we'll just log right there probably. So there is a world where we can have all of this done in the next 30 minutes. There's a world where it takes 2 to 3 times as long as that. Regardless of anything, I will not be going over the 1 hour mark. Because football happens today, and I'm already getting slightly fussed at by milady. So that's what my texts are. But I'm already pot committed now. We're not stopping. All right, so let's go ahead and hop on the old Ghost Wolf and turn our way out. Yeah, I'm on the fence about the auction house because the economy's low right now on this game, and I will be cutting. It costs a gold. The fact that it costs a gold, I think you lose your deposit. So I could get a little more than 2 gold from that weapon, which is good, and it's a darn good thing. Or I could just keep spamming it. I could also look for, I mean, if I Eventually this character might have to jump ship and join a bigger guild. I was kind of going to wait for the 30 days out, since the other game's been out for once Fresh has been out for 30 days, to see if either people start coming back or like guild ownership changes because people don't come on anymore. But look, there's 6 people on today, so there's pretty decent amount. Like if I unclick that, you know, it's cool. But the guild is dead. Nobody talks in it anymore or anything like that. That is what it is. 6, I've never seen, no, there's 5, but I've never seen 5 or 6 since this has happened. This is the biggest I've seen. It is a weekend. This is the next zone we'll be doing too, so this is pretty fun. This zone's not bad. There's, I don't think, there's only one elite quest, and it's very doable. We'll be able to do it just fine. It's all told, it's pretty cinch. Won't be very long for us. Even for Alliance, for Horde, it doesn't matter. There are some quests that are required of us, but we don't have to worry about that. Like some kind of, I don't know, tougher quests, I guess, but not really. It's really all good. This is pretty. It'll be a nice, easy break before we go on to Stranglethorn, which Stranglethorn has a ton of. It has a ton of quests. It has a lot of traveling. It's a very big zone. It's basically what you would expect from that. Actually, let's just water walk our way there. Okay, so there's 2 islands where we have to do this, and we are going to pray for the RNG gods to be on our side. So remember, we don't need the Myrefin warriors. We only need the shaman. And all we need is one kelp to drop, and that will be enough to summon the dude. Okay, these guys they're not gray, they're green, so there's that. So I could set up little bases and fight them, but I don't want to. They also run, just like everything else, like all Murlocs do. So we just have to be ready for that. But if you look what we just hit there, they really... Dang it, I should have hit him with a... I was going to pull him over here, and then this guy starts joining me. Now I know, though, don't hit him with that kind of tag. Oh my gosh. He's going to pull both. Yep. So let's see if they come to me on the top of this hill. How many dudes? They're shooting me through a mountain. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and... I am going to open up totems since I'm multi-fighting. Okay, you got to be ready to take care of their heal. Good, that guy fought that guy, so I don't have to worry about it. He can use the... He can benefit from my totems, I don't care. Alright, so... He just jumped over to that one. I just need... Oh, is that guy helping me? He did, he healed this one. That's annoying. And now this guy's healing himself. So any... That guy just ran through. What is it? What is the point? He's just running through killing mobs. What is his goal? Also, he's slaughtering them. Yeah, he's a level 60 warrior. What is he doing? I don't know. Okay, we need... Maybe he's going for Murloc scales. I don't know. A Murloc tortoise? A Mudrock tortoise. I thought it said Murloc tortoise. I was like, what? How can he be a Murloc tortoise? Well, with somebody out here killing half the mobs, that's annoying. Alright. Now, there are 2 islands for this. Why is this guy out here doing it? I don't know. Super annoying. But we can go to this other island, too. So we'll go ahead and hop, skip, and a jump over here and get a couple other kills. Yeah. I don't know what that dude's doing. Why does a level 60 want to kill a bunch of Murlocs? Unless it's for that leather. The Murloc scales. I mean, because they respawn really fast and there's a lot. Dude, stop. He even came to my other island? Bummer. Bummer for me. And he's just getting them all. Okay, I got the enchanted sea kelp, so now it doesn't matter anymore. This guy can do his things. I don't mind using the water walking over and over because I had a surplus and I was getting it from these guys too, so altogether I've used... I might have come out on top, but I've still have 19. Alright, so we have what we need. Go ahead and open a little heal up. We now have to go to the middle here and use... He's at least cleared that. There's that benefit. But we come over here to this altar. And we're going to place it to summon Dagon. Dagon appears right at the beach. Don't remember where. There he is. Okay. So I just need this guy not to do anything terrible for me. Cool. Alright, so let's see what happens. How much of a beast he is. He's pretty tough. This might be a tough matchup for me. I'm not going to be afraid to use potions or anything like that. And, I mean, that's what I'll do if I have to. I should have probably refreshed some of my stuff. Some of my weapon stuff, but... Okay, I think I'm winning this war of attrition. I think that's fine. Okay, mana's getting a little low, but his life is also getting low. Oh, he runs. Okay. He's a little coward. I think I remember that from last time. Alright, so we got his hand. Cool. Good for us. Alright, now back we're going to go across the water and then march back to Brackenwall Village. And from there, we're going to fly up to Ratchet. We could actually... I think we walked the coast last time. You know what? We could do that too. That's fine. What is this dude doing? Commander Covecute? Covecute? I don't know. Let's just... I think we can just run it. We can go in our Ghost Wolf form and just run up to Ratchet. It's not going to be much longer than running back that way. It's almost the same run distance. And then we would then have to fly, so... Save ourselves money. Save ourselves... I really think this might be faster. Okay, so I'm going to get in my Ghost Wolf form and begin the run now up the coast. And we have 2 of the 3 parts, so now what we have left is the difficult one. We also have we did our smash and grab into the dungeon. That's cool too. As you saw, Suicide Run, unless you can handle 3v1ing those guys and want to, I think that's the best bet. As a paladin, I could also... I mean, you can't be a Horde paladin, so that's inapplicable. But I could see just bubbling. Obviously, as a druid or a rogue, you can stealth. I mean, I had the ability to reincarnate, so that helped me as a shaman. So I wonder, on hardcore mode, are you allowed to reincarnate? Probably not, but it's interesting. Okay, but so not counting hardcore mode, so I've just listed 4 types. You could probably, as a hunter, well, as a hunter you can feign death, so as a hunter you'll be okay, so that's 5. As a warlock, you could do the bubble that you get from sacrificing your Voidwalker. So there's some ways you could work this out as a warlock, so that's 3 out of 4. You could probably make a little bit of something happen between bubbles and fear as a priest, so that's 7. So that leaves you as a warrior. You're getting jobbed. I don't see any way to get out of that without just a straight up hope to goodness that you have some tricks in your back pocket, like like the potion, the Elune potion that makes you invincible for 10 seconds or whatever, something. Oh yeah, so we're not flying out of Ratchet. We are taking the boat over. And then what other class am I forgetting right now? I did Warrior, Paladin. I did Shaman, as we just saw, and Hunter. I did Druid and Rogue. Oh, Mage. I mean, Mage you could be okay, because you could Frost Nova, Blink, you could get your way through. Just slowing them all down. You could ice block your way through some pieces of it. Again, you're going to die. It's just making yourself get to that point. But I think between strategic uses of Blink, Frost Nova, Frost Armor, especially if you're Frost-related mage, you could probably pull it off. Warrior is the only one where I'm like, dude, I don't know what you would do. But you're tougher, so maybe as a warrior you could handle the 3v1 action. Because if you can handle 3v1, you'll also be okay. Alright, so when we zip across here, we're going to be in Booty Bay. And I think we can walk up from Booty Bay to this spot where we're going to go after those trolls. And then we're going to walk back to Gromgol and fly. So that is really it. We are at about the halfway point of the amount of time I can give, but it's going to just depend on how tough it is. How hard of a time do we have getting the heart? Do we have as hard of a time as last time? Okay. I was just looking at the inactives for today's game. Patrick Jones, he's an offensive linebacker. He's essentially an edge rusher, backup, like second tier. So he's a rotational guy. Stephon Gilmore, he is good. He was out last week. That's a weakness. That's probably the one that hits the most. Defensive line, Levi Drake Rodriguez, he's good. He's a newer guy to the team. He's also a backup rotational guy, so we'll be a little bit thin at edge rush. The Dan Feeney center, he's our backup center, so hopefully our regular center. Yeah, I know. Howl it up. Walter Rouse tackle. That's a backup guy too. So mostly backups, so nothing's going to super hurt us except for Stephon Gilmore. He's a starting corner, and his backup is pretty raw. But at least he had a game experience last week. He came in. I think Stephon Gilmore hurt himself early. Yeah, so football talk. Football. I know there is a cross-section of people that like both football and World of Warcraft, but not huge. So sorry for the boredom there. I'm also a fan of basketball. We can talk about that. As we wait on the boat, we did not get lucky time on it. We get no lucky time. The Timberwolves, they're a team I like as well. They have a game, it says tomorrow, but I actually think it's today. I have to refresh. Yeah, it's tonight they'll play. I have a lot of work to do today, unfortunately, as a work from home day, even though it's a Sunday, and I do not get paid for this. I have big stuff coming up at work over the next week. I have these moments. I basically have, it's just like my quarterly periods of the year. Like each quarter, I will have a massive 2 to 3 week period. So usually about 12 weeks out of the year, I am slammed, just redonkulously slammed. And if I have any other responsibilities at work other than taking care of those projects, which I always do, then there's no way there's enough time to get it done in the day at my work day. So I have to work from home. And the alternative is to, and it's the main job description. It's like the top of my title at work is being over this area. So, and the deadline is strict across the organization. Like there's no wiggle room. Like not having it done is not an option. It would be pretty much a fast track to not being employed. So when I get to these times, I mean the alternative one is do what I do now. Alternative two would be just pray, which is what I do, that I get no other tasks, which never happens. And then alternative three is to be jobbed, like to it would be, I guess I could go become a squeaky wheel and be like, look, you guys cannot ask me to do anything. But that's just not my style. I wouldn't say I'm a yes man, but I definitely try my best to embody the get to yes mentality. And it does cause me to overextend myself. But I would also say if I was allowed to work from home, all of the distractions, so much of my work day is tied up in things that I do think have value, interpersonal relationship building, conversations, FaceTime with people, like. But if I think about the amount of time I spend in my day driving, getting ready for work, driving to work, at work doing like functional type of things that are just mandatory. Like I have certain duties at work that are necessary for the logistic running of the place. Well, it's like I'm frozen. The boat is like not loading. Like the boat is just frozen in the world. My internet's fine. Okay. It's like the ride broke at Disney or something. Like I'm just standing there. Hello. This has never happened to me before. What the? Okay, I wonder if there's going to be a server issue. Is my computer going to restart? Am I having a lag spike and I don't know? Everything appears fine. I mean, latency, that's pretty high, but it's not. I mean, let's look at the rest. Let's check and see. Hey, what happens if I go to the next page? Yeah, so it's not an internet thing. My internet's yeah, no, I've been disconnected. So hopefully this, who the heck knows where I'm gonna appear in the world. Look, it doesn't even have me as a spot. Crazy. Okay, I'm in Booty Bay. So that's cool. At least I was able to log back in fast enough that I didn't get stuck on this boat rapping back and forth. Weird. Okay. Whatever, that's neither here nor there. So now we're running out into the world. We're now going to go up here to get the Legacy Heart. We're in Booty Bay. Everything's cool. For some reason, I was... I don't know, hurt. Now, I might decide to use the Call of the Raptor on this. I could maybe see myself using one of those. Because I don't have any other buffs, really. And I did use the Stone Shield Potion on these fights when we did this with Gleek and Tessa. I don't know how much they really helped. It also locks you out of the ability to use a potion for 2 minutes, and a mana potion would probably be better. Whoa, 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 I went the wrong way and ran into Pirate Land. I don't want to fight any pirates right now, even though I could handle them. Oh, that's great. Cool. You're gonna beat on me for 6 minutes. You stink. Thanks. Jerk. Ow! There you go. Get him. Get him, Booty Bay Bruiser. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about doing these pirate quests that allow us to befriend the pirates. And I wonder how that's going to go down. How hard is it going to be to kill Booty Bay Bruisers indefinitely until both they hate me and the pirates like me? I don't know. Also, I just lost. I just gained rep with Booty Bay and lost rep with the Bloodsail Buccaneers for that happening because I bit that guy once, even though the Booty Bay Bruiser killed him and did more than 50% of damage. I guess because I tagged him. I didn't get the experience for it though. So I got the rep, but no experience. Lame. I don't want the rep. And because when we do that, that's going to be a gigantic pain. I truly, truly, truly am nervous. If there's one quest that we end up skipping and not doing, it might be that one. It's going to take so long unless there's some way to do it that I'm not thinking about, or unless Booty Bay Bruisers at level 60 are easy and there's a way to farm them, and then it just becomes a simple amount of farming. So if I can, I will research it. I'll do the due diligence, and I'll see, and I'll save it for last. So we'll start our other thing, and then I might just do a weekly chat sesh where I just ramble, diarrhea of the mouth, while I kill Booty Bay Bruisers. But I mean, that's the other thing. It's just not good content. Like, do you guys need to see me? Let's say it takes 30 hours of grinding. I don't know. I'm just pulling a number out of thin air. So, do you need to watch 30 hours of content of me killing Booty Bay Bruisers? Like, can I make that entertaining? So I guess if I could make it entertaining, then sure. And so that's on me too. I'm the person that makes the show. So I will try my best in that area, and it's just something to plan for. We're still months away from needing to have that happen because I don't actually think that's the right way to go. We still have a lot of content to produce. Yeah, and I don't know. So we are trying to get to this little troll area, and then at the back top of the troll area is where you can fight this guy. He is surrounded by mobs. The respawn rate's fairly fast. He also has a minion that must be taken care of because the minion heals him. He is a powerful elite. I'm still not there. What the heck? I think you got to kind of wrap around, actually. So this is where we actually... Oh, did I do this with you guys? I don't remember if we came there or not for that, or if we did that on camera, or if I think I did that off camera. We haven't seen that quest where we kill those guys yet, but we will be grinding those guys for a little while too. There's a quest here in Stranglethorn that requires that. All right, maybe this is the way in. Yeah, here we go. These are the Skull Splitters. So it's the Skull Splitter tribe is the tribe that we are going to needing to be harassing to do this. I don't want to fight any of them. I don't care. They're around Zul'Mamwe. This is what it said in the book. So you'd be looking for Zul'Mamwe. I can just think about back in the days before Questy, when you had to ask people, you had to be like, does anybody know where Zul'Mamwe is? Or you just went around and explored yourself. So I'm looking for ways to cut through. I want to fight as few people as possible for the sake of time. Okay, it's starting to appear on my mini-map. That guy's chasing me. So I did aggro him. I think I can get away from him in time. Oops, there's another dude. Dude in his panther. Do you want to fight that guy? What is he? Okay, I'm going to go around this instead. All right, so there are areas that we might have to clear. We did it with Glee Contessa. I mean, the fighting is a little different in what we have to do to set up, what we're going to need to be safe. This is the path. Okay, so there's this guy that pats. We're basically going to be clearing this area as best as we can. Okay, so there's the dude. He just summoned this guy. I don't know the story here. Okay. Oh my gosh, we aggroed this dude. Okay, so I'm gonna pull him. Apparently I aggroed them. And apparently I thought I got some. They do all like to run. So depending on where they run. I separated him from his panther, and the panther was fine. It never came and fought me. So that's interesting. Okay. These guys are annoying because they are melee. I mean, they're physical. Whatchamacallit. Yeah, and they do that, which is super annoying. So you always have to be ready for that. Go ahead and blast them with lightning. They're going to do me like that. So now I have to try to get him to come closer. Okay. Alright, so these headhunters, they're annoying. And it's really just about, it's about what can we do. Like, you got to be all up on them so that when they do that crap, I mean, he'll hurt himself because of my lightning shield, so actually I can just chill rather than shooting lightning. And then they'll run. Okay. Now we have to be we just have to be careful about how we pull these dudes. He's coming. Now I want to aggro. I don't want him to aggro everybody. I want to bring him over here. There is the little hunter that pats up this path, so we got to be careful about that too. We probably got to... I don't like that. I could drink my juice in this situation if needed. Okay, I want him to run this way, though, if he's going to run. Okay. Alright, I think I will, after this fight, I'm going to go ahead and eat one of my clams to give myself that well-fed buff. I'm being conservative on mana right now, which is good. Got a Green Hills of Stranglethorn page. Whoopity-doo-dah. Okay. What we have to do next is... Because we're going to have to fight these guys 3v1. That's automatic. What we need to do is take this headhunter out. We need to also aggro that guy while he's away. Can we fight two of them? Sure. But we need to aggro... I don't mind actually fighting more than one of them. I'm a little bit more equipped to do that as her. It feels like when I was doing this with Lee Contessa, I didn't want to do that. But I feel like okay with that right now. Okay, so what we want is to get this guy. Somehow I only got one guy. Like I feel like every time... Oh no, he's got something going on too. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull this guy. I was gonna say I feel like I always pulled more than one when we did this with Lee Contessa. Dang it, stupid jerk. It's alright. And these guys, like this guy's 44. These guys are tougher than the typical dudes in the area. Okay, let's just get him in a spot where we want him. Cool. Headhunters, and it's random which ones spawn where. So part of it's luck. Like, what are you gonna get? The fact that we have headhunters is annoying. All right, so now we are here. We're ready to get set up. Oh, dang it. I do not want to, because we're gonna have to go after this headhunter now. So I'm just using this as a chance to get some mana back right now. Okay, let's go ahead and use the Call of the Raptor. And what I need to do now is get in here on this headhunter. We're gonna have to go in there, run in, drop all these totems, and fight. I'm gonna have to try to take out the headhunter, just full-on blitz of damage. Not a lot I can do about that. Okay, I'm gonna let my mana get back. Actually, might as well do this too. And when I go in there, I will also go ahead and drop. I will use my Lesser Stone Shield potion. It's gonna help some. It's not gonna help a ton, but it will help some. Okay, got just a few seconds left on this. Okay, cool. So I'm going in. I'm going to use this potion now. Going in for this fight. And I'm going to go with offense. Okay. Then you have to be ready to roll. Yeah. So he was ready. Okay, I got to get some heals off. Multi-heals, I got to go. Oh, man. Okay, so I gotta get this guy. I could try and, like... Yikes, I don't know. Yeah, I'm still a minute off on the... Okay, I gotta run. If I can get him, that would be cool, but I don't think I can. He's getting me with so much. I gotta reset. I gotta reset. Dude, stop. I have to reset because I just don't want that person doing anything. There we go. All right. So I gotta go. I'm gonna have to drink my one thing because it's all about time now. I didn't have enough time. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and reapply my stuff. Oh man, I have a person I can get right here. So they're starting to already reappear. That's what sucks about this. So it's just about being methodical. I don't need to take out every single guy, but if that guy comes near them, we're gonna have to go after him. Okay. Okay. That's cool. What is this? A plate belt? Alright, well that doesn't do a lot for me. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and drop this, and I'm going to eat this shank, and I'm going to drink my one juice. Okay, so now we're coming in here, and it's going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to use the Stone Shield potion this time, because it's not as important. We did take that one guy down, and we have to be willing... We have to basically plant the fight right here. So what I can do is this... this grounding totem costs 50 mana. It will block. It'll block spells. Okay. Okay, and then I just have to keep that grounding totem going. He stunned me. Then flip the other side. Okay, so now I'm on this guy. Okay, so if I keep that grounding totem going, it should be okay. And I'm going to use this mana potion right here. Okay, good. There's only so much I can do for that. Okay, I can interrupt that, which is good. Let me get this. Now, he's going to want to run soon. So this is going to be completely... Okay, I stunned him so that he won't run. Yeah, got him. Okay, so that was a live and learn situation. We made it look easier than we did with Glee Contessa. Part of it is also the nature of the kit that we have available to us. But we did get his heart, right? Let's double check. Yeah, it's up there now. Whew. Okay, so definitely a little bit stressful. But we lived and learned, and I almost made my same mistake there of trying to stick around and fight, and then I remembered, oh no, like, I cannot do that. Look at that guy. Ooh, excuse me. Remembering that you have to go run and reset pretty much, because the fight is so hard, and you've got to kill his little minion first, his Curzon Mindslave, because that guy will heal. He does that stun, the rapid respawn, keeping those things clear, learning the patrol cycles, learning which ones are chained together, like all those things we learned last time. So hopefully you can see some of this, but if you really want to see a trial of both comedy and tragedy at the same time, you can see the frustration that exploded my brain as I tried to do that with Glee Contessa. Another one of the big things is Glee Contessa, as a plate-wielding paladin, has very little anti-magic. So we were able to use this grounding totem to really keep ourselves in the fight. It was worth it at 50 mana per totem. Way worth it to absorb each one of those massive shadow bolts that he was shooting at us. It also, the fact that we could throw off an earth shock to interrupt him, that he wasn't immune to the earth shocks, that's a second really great tool at our advantage. Okay, so now we're running back to Gromgol, where we're going to fly to turn in these 2 quests. So the 2 quests we're going to be turning in is down here, the Solution of Doom, and we're going to turn in the journal translation, and that's it. We're in good time. So it's really the you know what? I think we have to go to the Undercity to turn in the heart, the hand, and all that stuff. So you know what? Let's not, because we have to go to the Undercity to turn this in. Yeah, so never mind. So we're going to Astral Recall rather than fly back, because we're going to have to zap over to the Undercity, turn that in, and then fly down to Kargath. So we have a little bit more than I'd otherwise want to do. But whatever. Nothing we can do about it. Yeah, so we're going to have to go to Undercity to turn in the Star, the Hand, and the Heart. And then we can fly down to Kargath, where we will turn in the Solution to Doom, which is the final step, or whatever it's called, and then do steps 1 and 2 of translating the journal. And yeah, so it's a pinch more. Orbs are selling for 120 gold. All right, so we'll now that all the hard work is done and it's just traveling, we can kind of start having an ETA. We will, darn it, the Zeppelin is just leaving us, of course. And we'll start looking ahead at what's coming up. And we already kind of looked up at Uldaman, and we can kind of look at some of the other stuff. I could drop an episode of the Lore of Assassin's Creed. I might publish that one next time, or publish the older one where I played through the first level. One of the two. No, that's freaking Gromgol. I don't want that. So I guess I was right at Gromgol. We could have just taken the Zeppelin. I don't know what I'm doing. We could have just taken the Zeppelin. We were right there at Gromgol. We could have took the Zepp from Gromgol to Undercity. That was dumb of me, but I guess it didn't really cost us too much time, except that we missed this Zeppelin right here. All right, so first let's mess around with the spreadsheet, I guess. So we are going to turn in the Star, the Hand, and the Heart. That's going to happen first of all. So we're going to go back to Undercity to turn that in right now. And that is going to pick us up the Forbidden Knowledge quest. And that is the Undercity version of that quest. Okay, that will take us back. That's actually the last one we're going to turn in. So then we're going to go turn in the Translating the Journal quest in Kargath, part 1. And then we will go turn in, we will pick up and turn in, let's double check that. So we already have it. So then Translating the Journal part 2 is let him borrow it, he translates it and gives it right back. Yeah, so that's fine. So that's just not really a quest. It's just a pick up, turn in, bam, bam, just like that. Okay, and then that will give us find the gems and the power source within the dungeon itself as we get ready to run Uldaman. Okay, there will be nothing there. All of this stuff is going to be for the next episode that we do And then to end the episode, we will go back to this Forbidden Knowledge quest, pick that up, and drop that off. That will be how we end the episode today. So today we will have done just these 4 quests, but this is a doozy, and the rest require some travel. So, and that one was actually annoying too. Actually, this one, Necklace Recovery Take 2, is where we started. So 5 quests today, which is good. It lets me catch up. I don't think I'll even get 5 done today. So, because the day is already getting away, and then it will be 4 or 5 o'clock, and I've got work to do. It's not going to happen. I'll be lucky to get 1 or 2 done today. That might happen. That might not. I don't know. I don't know if it was worth it to use the Guile of the Raptor on what we did just there, but I mean, we did a good job, and we completed on the first try, so I can't really complain. I guess we just have to let that go. We will do the full Green Hills of Stranglethorn as we run around with that. This is a quest. I have to remember to do this. Put that somewhere. Oh, this is trash. We don't need that. That was an extra one we dropped. I'll put that one in there. Oh, I do have a health potion now. I can add to this stock. That's good. Keep that at my disposal. Let's just clean up a little bit here. This note, once we finish this quest, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to trash that. This one is not. We'll be using that right now. I guess these silk bandages were just selling at this point. There comes the Zeppelin. Hooray. And I'm going to start stacking Mage Weave. So that's pretty good, though. I'm pretty pleased. We are still 38,000 XP away from leveling up. We are going to get a little bit. These two, as it shows in the quest log, we have 9,000 XP for turning in these two. And there's a little bit of extra steps that go along with that. So that'll get us down to around 20. We'll be fine. We will level up because we have that whole chain of the Discs of Norgannon and running down to Tanaris and doing all that stuff. We'll be fine. And with all the XP that from killing the mobs within Uldaman, I think it'll be cool. But yeah, so when I do this episode tomorrow of playing through some more of these, maybe I will put one on there just so you guys can see. It's pixelated. This is a DS game. I'm hoping it's going to work. You can't save to disk with this, or I did, but it didn't seem to work. So I've been trying to keep this one up, and it will be a few weeks before I can finish it. And this is the only thing that came out in 2008. This is where I based this on there. After that, I'm going to have the Assassin's Creed Lineage mini-series, among other things that came out in 2009 that I cover. This list is not exhaustive. As long as it is, it's probably only about 25% of the actual content we'll cover, similar to what we do with the Lore of Warcraft content. There's a list that I do, but there's also a bunch more that's coming out. We'll get an episode, so that'll be tomorrow. On Tuesday, I will drop a short one of in-game lore. We can kind of get a peek ahead of what that one's going to be. Or actually, last time it was in-game lore, I think we might have done both in-game lores in a row. I think they were both in Stormwind. As I go through this list and I try to find where they're at, we just did... no, we didn't. We're still on the year 10,000 before the Dark Portal opened, so I guess negative 10,000, which is the year of the War of the Ancients. We just read the War of the Ancients in-game. We've already read the novel. We've already read Malfurion Stormraid's all of his entries in the Wowpedia Encyclopedia, so we'll do an entry on Xavius. Interesting little satyr character, so that will be this week's Wowpedia, and then we have a few. I still haven't done Dathomir Sunstrider, Dejana, Destil Stareye, Jared Shadowsong, Cortalis Ravencrest, Latocious, Maiev Shadowsong, haven't done hers. Tyranda's is done. But so for the next few weeks, those will be all the different ones that we do. And then once we finish that burst, it will be the Burdens of Shao Hao. I will watch those videos on my own. I'm not sure that we're going to watch them together, but I will also get transcripts of them so that you can, in an audio podcast sort of format, hear it. And I'll describe some things that are going on, and I'll kind of just we'll discuss and review and all of that stuff. So that's the first time. Well, it's not the first time. There is one other time I did something like this, but basically what I want to do is there are anytime that there's a video. Now, if it's an in-game cinematic, that's different because they're short and they're directly tied to a game that we're playing. And they're not usually dialogue heavy, so we can discuss. In fact, we did the world of the cinematic art of Wrath of the Lich King as an entire book that we spent multiple episodes on discussing. So there's a way to discuss those, and it's different than, say, a video that's actually made as part of the content that you don't experience in the game. The one that we ever did was there is a pre-Legion one that talks about what's his name, Turalyon and the Valyria, I think maybe it was, Whisperwind, and their experiences in the Outlands and kind of getting corrupted, or not corrupted, but assimilated into, absorbed by the void and the light respectively, and how it changed them, and there's a time travel aspect and how all of this. Anyway, that was a audio like journey, I think, that was made like almost like a radio series. And what I did was I got the transcripts and I read them like it was a script to a play. Let's turn in this quest. How goes your mission, shaman?
I am impressed. You possess great skill or great fortune to have gained these relics. Either way, you are an asset to
You're an asset. Justin's an asset.
the digest for you, adventurer. I need not tell you to take great care with it, and to keep it far from unfriendly hands. This book holds many truths, and the truth can burn.
The truth can burn. I mean, and that makes sense as a theme for what's going on, because every single piece of gear we've gotten, which is, I guess, only 2, are all the Doomsayer's gear, and they are all these double-edged sword types of gear. So, like, we had the Doomsayer's robes, which gave, like, plus 20 to something off the top of my head. I can't remember. Here, let's put this in there. Now we have 2 page 27s. Yippee skippy. I don't really need the Wild Vine. I'll keep it for now. The rest of the stuff is, yeah, oh, whatever. So we can sell some goods while we're up here to general trade, light armor. She's a repairer. That's what I like her. Do I need the Wild Vine? I don't need the plate. I don't need the troll stuff. We'll look at those in a moment. Let's just take a peek. Do I need Wild Vine? Okay, Wildvine is a Wowhead item in Wowhead Classic. It is a reagent for, that's what you look, or used in. Reagent for. We're looking for leatherworking. It does have, there are wild leather, there's a whole wild leather set. My girl doesn't wear wild leather anymore, but it is something worth keeping around. And we're going to, as we go through Stranglethorn, we're going to be collecting it.
How may I be of service?
So, might as well. All right, now we're flying down to Kargath, and we're in this final step. So what I was saying was, yeah, so when I did that, I read it, and I actually enjoyed that. I thought it was very narrative, and I think for a lot of the videos that we encounter, I'm going to give that a try. So when we get to the Burdens of Shao Hao here, so if I go back into my spreadsheet that we were at, it takes a moment to load. When I get to the Burden of Shao Hao, which is a 5-part video series, I'm going to try it that way. I'm going to see if I can find transcripts, and I think you can. I think I've had pretty good luck looking up transcripts and finding them, and we'll read that series. But there's still so much. That's all happening. It's like, what is the people of Pandaria doing while the War of the Ancients is going on? It's actually pretty cool. And what was Pandaria? Who was Shao Hao? If we had a supercontinent, what's going on during that time? And I think that's cool. We've already done Illidan Stormrage. There's actually 6 videos right there. And then Xiao Hao as a character game guide from the Wowpedia. That's pretty cool too. Again, War of the Ancients, that's taken care of. Then there's a Warbringers video. I don't know. We'll check that. So we'll be doing a lot of videos before we do 3 more in-game objects, getting us to Mount Hyjal, the World Tree, the fall of the Night Elf Empire. And then we have additional Warcraft encyclopedia references. Malorn. I think I already read Scenaria, so we can skip that one. All of those are skipped. There is one called The Sundering of the World that came out in July 16th. It doesn't say when, probably 2006. Jara, I think we've done that one already. But maybe it's talking about the zone, because I really felt... No, I didn't. So that will be a new one. Naga we've read. Vaj I've read. Illidan, Maladin, and then the Moon Guard we will read. So a lot of these are skipped over, or because I read them all as one big batch instead of doing like one paragraph as an episode. That would be like a YouTube short. I could consider doing that, but so the Chronicles, Volume 1, Chapter 4. We've already read all of that, so we can skip these. But these 2 short stories that come from our Fables book, One Small Tuskar, Stones, Moss, and Tears. I think we've read 5 so far of the 12. That would get us up to around 7. So we do have things, a lot of things ahead of us. We can keep on reading, keep on going, keep on taking us through all the way. I'm just doing this as a kind of preview. When we got to here, there would be 3 more in-game objects. These 2 we have not read. That one would maybe be done by then. Another in-game object, another few Wowpedias, all taken care of. Another short story that would get us to around 8. Another in-game object. We have read the comic. Another in-game, another in-game. We've read the Troll Compendium. That should be good. Another in-game. Apocrypha is a short story we have read. Another in-game. We have read that short story. Staghelm's Entry, that would be something to read. In-game, we've read this comic. I think this Uninvited Guest, that would be our 9th one in the Fables, so that's cool. And then we're still before the Dark Portal. Now this is leading up the Doom of Draenor. This is still before Warcraft, Orcs, and Humans. We read the comics, but we have 2 objects. We've read the novels. Now, Warcraft Duraton, that's the film universe. That's an actual novel we could read. So at that point in time, that would actually be good. That will pause and let us get some novel reading going on. And at some point in time, we're going to be stacking some of these. We have so much cool stuff to cover that I would like to. I think we could do it. I think that we'll devote time to this, and we really should. Now, here, yeah, that's the film. This is a comic of the film. I think we're going to cover that too. And then we've read both of these Chronicles from Volume 2. I think we're on to Volume 3 now. And then this is another video series. First, the Harbingers of Gul'dan. We're going to do the transcripts of that. And then the Lords of War, a 5-part video series. We're going to do that. I do believe it says alternate universe because it's Warlords of Draenor. We actually did read that comic. That one is one that we've done. Okay, so this is Rise of the Horde. We read that. But the object in-game, we haven't. We've done the Legends. And then, boom, we're on Warcraft, Orcs, and Humans. So there's a lot of stuff I skipped because it was non-canon or it was videos or it was cinematic universe. That now I think we're going to go back and do. We actually did all of that except for the in-game lore for this one. The Paladin's Beast, there we go. That would be the 10th. So there would be only 2 left. In-game lore here. Then Warcraft 2 comes out, and we've read some of these. Most of that will be actually done, but there might be 1 or 2 to read for in-game lore. As we continue then beyond the Dark Portal, we would have in-game lore, Illyria's entry, a video, 1,000 Years of War. Now, 1,000 Years of War, I think that's the one we read. That is the series that we read. I don't know what made me start suddenly saying, hey, we can do a video, but that's the one we read the script for, I'm pretty sure. I'd have to go back and look at my own playlists and check that out, but I'm 90% certain. Then we have more in-game objects. We read this short story. I remember reading that one, The Galleywick Secrets of a Trade Prince. We've read all of Arthas, so that one's done. Then War of the Spider, in-game lore. We'd have to read that one. The Day of the Dragon, we read that novel. Varisa Windrunner, she has a thing. Wowpedia entry, a couple more objects. Unbroken short story we've read. Anything I say we've read, it means that there's a video out there you can go check on this channel of the 1,400 episodes we've done. Then we have this. Now, Undead Plague we haven't read. Those short stories we have. This should be done by then, but Object we can read. The Alliance Splinters will be a Wowpedia we can do. Lord of the Clans we've read. Object we haven't. Blood and Honor we've read. Chronicles Volume 3, Chapter 2 we've read. So yeah, we are definitely into Volume 3 of Chronicles. The story so far for Warcraft 3, that we can read, and then a couple game guides. Yeah, so a bunch of Warcraft encyclopedia tied to that comes out. The Ashbringer comics we've read. The Object we haven't. And then the Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne. It's just a lot of Wowpedia and in-game lores that we haven't read, and all of the actual books and novels we have. Then you get a little bit past that. This is for Lies and Liberty. That would be our 11th one, I believe. So that's cool. We pretty much will be finishing that. Sunwell Trilogy comic we did read. A couple in-game objects. We read all of the Warcraft Legends manga. I have those. I want to finish them. Seasons of War, that is actually the intro video of the game. We've watched that, and that takes us to where we're at right now. So there's so much we have just to catch up to Warcraft Classic. Lots of game guide stuff for the in-game game guide getting started. We'll read all of those. All the way up to here, we've read these two comics. I Got What You'll Need, I believe. I've read that. I think I'll have to double check. And How to Win Friends. I'll have to double check. How to Win Friends I did read, because that's Dark Moon Fair. But I Got What You'll Need is about Christmas, and I don't know that I did that one. But we will do that this Christmas. I'll read that one this Christmas. Why not? If I haven't read it yet. Translating the journal. Mighty Shaman, I know what you are doing out here in the Badlands. I know you seek my gift of tongues. You're after the parts to that necklace you found in Uldaman. Surprised? Don't be. It's my job to know such things. Instead, let's discuss what you're going to do for a translated journal. Trust me. I'm the only one you'll find that can translate it. Better still, let me make you a better offer than Dran Droffers is, and I'll let you still complete your deal with them. Interested now, yes? Droffers and Son Salvage aren't smart enough to restore the magic in the necklace, but I am. All I want to do is study the necklace so I can learn to make them myself. To do that, I will need your necklace. Let me borrow it in exchange for the time I get to study it. I will translate the journal for you. While you are searching for the gems, I should have enough time to learn what I need to. It's a simple deal, and no one else will be the wiser. What you want to do? I like that we've been getting that lately. You've thought about it? Yes? You're a smart shaman if you take this deal. You and I will get what we both want, and Droffers and Son Savage will think they are getting what they want. You know a good deal when you see one. I knew I could count on you. It will be just a moment while I cast a spell to quickly translate the human tongue into a form you will understand. I'm a troll of my word. Ask anyone in the Horde about Jarkal Mossmend. Now let's get this started. Allow me to get some water for the inking reagent. Yeah, so he's going to walk around a little bit while he does his business here. After this, all we're going to do is go run and turn in Forbidden Knowledge. So he's going to go out to the trough here. We're actually physically going to watch him get the... There's a wanted poster here that we didn't actually get. This will do nicely. Now to the task at hand. All right, so we're going to come back. He just can't wait. He's cutting every polygonal corner he can. Okay, now he's casting a spell. Looks like it's Magic of the Light. There we go. All finished. The journal has been translated for you. Here is the journal translated for you to read on your own. The crux of it says dwarves hid the ruby, the trogs hid the topaz, and a trog named Grimlock has the sapphire. Look, you're going to need a power source to make the necklace work again. Droffles doesn't know this. To find one, here's what I do. Go as deep as you can in Uldaman and kill whatever construct there is the strongest. No doubt whatever that is would have it. When you have everything collected, come back here. Okay, we'll do that. As we run over, we'll also read the journal that he has translated. It should be the same journal we read as the Alliance, because it is, in fact, the same journal. All right, we can also toss out this Beldeger's note. We've already... I mean, we'll toss it out, I guess, after the Hand the Heart, all that junk. This is the Yagyin's Digest. We're going to go turn that in. But here's the Bloodstained Journal. Only portions of the journal are legible through the stains. Uldaman, Day 3. I cannot believe how foolish I was. To be blindsided by the foul Shadowforged dwarves was a novice's feat. My wounds heal slowly. Surely, I am poisoned. I feel my energy sap away. I must scout ahead nonetheless. Make matters worse, the necklace the gnome made for me has been shattered. 3 of the largest gems set into it have been lost. I must find them. Without them, the necklace is powerless. Uldaman, Day 4. First clue revealed itself deep within Uldaman as one of the most savage trogs I've ever seen was brandishing about a large sapphire. One I'd wager that would fit perfectly into the necklace. I overheard one of the Shadowforged dwarves mention the beast's name, Grimlock. The cadre of guardians this brute Grimlock has, however. So that's later on. Uldaman, Day 5. The trog, then taking the topaz from his slain brethren, marched into the side cave near the front of the hall. Quick to place the topaz in a large conspicuous urn toward the back of the chamber. Of all things, dwarves? 3 of them to boot. They barricaded against the trogs currently. Calling to them would have been a call for suicide, lest I be overran by the foul trogs in my weakened state. Once I know the 3rd gem, however, I shall. Uldaman, Day 6, so very hungry. I am out of supplies and would consider moldy bread to be a feast at this point. I witnessed Trog's head turn into a juicy steak right in front of my very eyes. Uldaman, Day 7. Last chance at redemption for my failures. I believe the ruby is in the last barricaded area the dwarves have against the trogs. Their battles, no doubt over the gems and other artifacts from this site, rage continuously. It would be just like those vile dwarves to hide it somewhere there. Regardless, I must make a move one way or another. Perhaps a mad dash to the surface is the best course. I guess indicating that that Dark Iron dwarf place is the place where it's at. Alright, so we've read all that. Pretty sure we can turn in throw away Beldegar's note. And flip that right there. We're going to turn in this last quest, and then that's it. We've wrapped up everything. We're ready to run the dungeon. Oh, you are gone a long time. Did you get the digest?
You got it! Oh, hope glimmers. Your efforts may yet save us, adventurer. A monument they should make of you. A shrine they should build. May your name be praised until your grandchildren have grandchildren. Unless they are freed and rise to the surface. If that happens, then you can forget about you. If they are freed, then we're all worms.
Which, in a way, we just helped them get freed more by giving Yagin's Digest up. Ow, spicy. Okay, so it says, Theldurin the Lost hunkers down to read Yagin's Digest. Theldurin the Lost is struck by unleashed magic. I'm going to throw away this Beldegar's note. Okay, and there we go. All right, so thank you, everybody, as always, so much for tuning in, for watching, and for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to share this with your friends, to like, subscribe, check out the Patreon, and hey, leave a comment. I think that helps the algorithm in some way, so go ahead and give me a verbal high five, and that you say whatever you want. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you guys next time on Lore of Warcraft.